The energy I pulled tonight is the Five of Pentacles with the Star. The Five of Pentacles is about feeling maybe not emotionally, the Pentacles, right? So that's more about feeling bankrupt, like maybe money's very tight, like you're struggling, like you're putting in all this work and you're getting pennies back to, you know, barely cover the things that you're making. With the Star, that speaks to having faith in, you know, something higher than yourself. It's about trusting the divine, the plan, and knowing that it's going to all work out. On the other deck that I have next to me, I do see the Temperance card, which is about balance and moderation. So I have a feeling it's gonna all work itself out the way that it's supposed to. With the Two of Cups and the Eight of Swords, you may feel like you are trapped in a commitment, some kind of situation dynamic, whether it's a business partnership, you're you know, working alongside a coworker, a marriage, a boyfriend-girlfriend situation, boyfriend, girlfriend, I don't know, whatever it is for you, right? It's making you feel like you are stuck, and it may be contributing to why you're feeling a very much in lack kind of a situation. You know, traditionally the Two of Cups is a very beautiful card. It's about working together. It's about being in this space where everything is cohesive. You're you know, on the same page. You've met your soulmate, right? But with the Eight of Swords there, that on the traditional Rider-Waite, there's a man, right? And I think it's a lady actually, and she is surrounded by these swords, and she's a blindfold on, and she's kind of like bound with ribbon. But here's the thing, the ribbon is very loose. She could easily brush it off, you know, pull it down, take the blind off, and move forward. You need to rest. Four of Swords. If you've been stuck in this dynamic that's been making you feel like you're working yourself to the bone and you're losing money, or you're just losing money in general as you are connected to this person, it's time to rest. It's time to take a break. It's time to rejuvenate, to you know, really rest your head and sleep. Especially because the card that follows after the Four of Swords is the Five of Swords, which is conflict. I got the King of Pentacles with the King of Swords. So this could be an earth sign, air sign dynamic. Or it's just saying that you need to step into this very logical, analytical kind of a place where you kind of take your emotions out of it, you know, and you kind of recognize, like, is this really for me? And then you need to take steps into solidifying your kingdom. It's time to stop making excuses and keeping yourself trapped in something that is draining you. Oh, with the Eight of Cups, it's time to walk away. You're not feeling emotionally fulfilled. This is something that is making you feel very sad and empty inside. And if that's the case, walk away from it. It's time to let it go. I'm sorry you're dealing with that. That sounds very hard. Yeah. The Eight of Cups to the Ten of Wands. This is something where you feel like the burden of, you know, responsibility, the majority of it's on your back. You feel like you're carrying everything in this dynamic. You feel like, you know, it's just stick after stick after stick is being loaded on your back. If you guys have kids, you're taking care of the kids, you're taking care of the house, you're taking care of working, you're doing everything, right? But the good news is with the Ten of Wands is that he's walking from one village to the next. So when he eventually gets to the next village, it is about it almost being done, right, with the 10, which then turns back into the Ace. So you're almost there. This one's heavy. Two of Wands. Time to look out onto the horizon. And then with the Two of Pentacles, that is about balance and like that's balancing the day-to-day, right? That's juggling everything and it's working out great. But here's the thing with the two is if you're not careful, especially if you're already hitting this Eight of Cups, Ten of Wands kind of a situation, it's very easy to lean into the imbalance, right? And I feel like maybe you are emotionally already hitting that point. The thing that is really going to bring you back into the centered, I'm balancing everything and it's okay energy is the Two of Wands. That is making a plan, that is getting excited about things and trying to figure out how to make it work so you can take a step towards it. I have a feeling you have a creative idea, a job field path that you want to take. Maybe you want to move and you look forward to adventure and traveling. That's where you need to be putting your energy right now, because that is what's going to keep you balanced in this kind of juggling. Zaxby's. Ooh, just kidding. It's not that bad. It's like the godly Chick-fil-A, which is probably blasphemous. Seven of Pentacles with the Moon and the Ten of Swords. So yeah, you're currently feeling like you're putting in a lot of work for something that isn't very clear, and it's kind of leaving you heartbroken. Is that something you want to keep carrying? I don't think so. I think it's time to maybe make the decision that this isn't something you want to put the work into anymore, because there's secrets going on. They're withholding stuff from you. They're not being forthright with whatever it is, and then because of that, it's sticking you in this Ten of Swords energy where, or this is what's going to end up happening if you keep putting work here. It's going to stay muddy. It's going to stay very, just not clear, and you're going to end up with 10 swords in your back. You're going to feel very betrayed by the end of it. What can you tell me about the other person? Three of Wands. They're already looking outwards. They're already making plans to move forward. So if you were sitting there trying to, make it work and thinking that it's gonna work itself out, and you guys are gonna no, this person's already looking outwards. You're not even at the two. You're not even making a plan to move forward yet, because you're staying stuck in this Eight of Swords energy. Well, this other person they're looking outwards. They're already making plans to move forward. They've already made a plan to move forward. Nine of Swords with the Six of Wands. Do you have anxiety about being successful? Do you have anxiety about is this a very winner and loser kind of competition kind of thing between you two? I mean, only you know that, right? This could also mean that you're just really sitting in this Nine of Swords, you're a lot of anxiety around success. What is that about? A lot of anxiety, actually. Because you're worried about sitting in limbo and things changing. You recognize that in order to move towards success, you're going to have to probably be by yourself for a minute and sit alone in your feelings and allow things to change. But here's the thing, the death is not really a bad thing, and neither is sitting alone. I prefer being alone. Being alone isn't a bad thing. I mean, you get to sleep great at night, right? You're not waking up to a bunch of stuff. Ace of Cups, you get to feel self-love again. You get to look out and find other, forms of love again. When you finally let this stuff go and you allow yourself to sit in this hanged man energy, you allow yourself to heal, to let go of this thing that is feeling like it's sucking your finances dry, you let it end and die, you hit the Ace of Cups. You hit the Ace of Cups. Be very careful. Do not go backwards, and do not fight for an old situation, okay? Do not fight for this old situation. Your Ten of Cups is on the other side of it. It's not gonna be here. You're just gonna keep losing money, and this person's moved on.